His base, his starting position, so good. Was just waiting for a bit of length. Batul Nisanka, that's his first shot of authority this innings.
Right out of the middle. A bit over pitch this time, and that's been drilled down the ground for 4. They are 2 wonderful strokes. Really good cricket from Nisanka.
The 2 in the deep square leg and the deep mid wicket to stop Nisanka picking up length. Like that full shot, this is even better. Front foot out of the way. I'll hit through the line. I'll get 4. Yep, they're making a statement here, these 2 openers together. Generally, it's been one of them forcing the situation.
They've been off the over so far. And he's going to get more. 4 more. What another fine shot that is. 15 runs off the over. The last 3 have gone for 4. 28 for 9.
যারা যারা আমাদের লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তারা সবাই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে জয়েন করুন। গ্রুপের লিংক কমেন্ট বক্সে পিন করা আছে।
He also got a 50. One of those 50s was against Bangladesh in the group stage.
The motoring along nicely at the moment.
So from Sri Lanka's point of view, it'll be nice if these 2 score runs together rather than one of them taking control.
Beautifully bowled. Just a lovely pace through the air. But this surface.
He's got many of the deliveries to skid on with the arm. And also, he's shown that he can turn that ball or straighten it. So that's where the doubt comes into the batter's mind.
Tight edge onto the pad. He also is using a bit of variety where he release as well, sometimes going a little bit wide. Here's the 3 boundaries in the last over. 1, bang, that was a great shot. That was a magnificent drive, and that was the last one that was...
Relieving pressure or making yourself be in control out there. It's a good over so far after a big one in the previous one. 15. Here, just the 2 of the 4 deliveries.
Yeah, and only went for 5 in his first over as well. So now adventurous this time. He's hit it up high. How far's that gone? 6 runs. That's gone a long way. Beautiful stuff from Mendes this time.
Runs behind you, he feels so much more confident.
Great shot. That was magnificent.
You stay in your crease, he'll peg you down, Nasum. He's had a look. Yep. Let me get at him. Long on, I mentioned in the deep, there's no one on the offside, and he knew where he was going to hit it. That's why he skipped leg side-ish. Kusal Mendes is off to a flyer once again.
Again towards that shorter boundary. But now 8 off the over. Last ball of the 4th over. Really good start from Sri Lanka. 4 gone, 36 for none.
যারা যারা এই লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তাদের কাছে অনুরোধ রইল আমার এই পেজটি ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন। ক্রিকেটের সব ধরনের ম্যাচ আমাদের পেজে এইচডি কোয়ালিটিতে দেখানো হয়, তাই আপনারা যদি লাইভ ম্যাচের সুন্দর এক্সপিরিয়েন্স পেতে চান তাহলে আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করতে পারেন। আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের ইফতেখার ভাই আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের জাওয়াদ ভাই পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকেও অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের সুরাইয়া আপু পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
36 without loss in the first 4 overs.
যারা যারা এই লাইভ ম্যাচ দেখছেন তাদের কাছে অনুরোধ রইল আমার এই পেজটি ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন। ক্রিকেটের সব ধরনের ম্যাচ আমাদের পেজে এইচডি কোয়ালিটিতে দেখানো হয়।
This was amongst the runs in the last game. The top of the leg side. It's a slow boundary, it's a shorter boundary, but what the Sri Lankan batsmen are doing so well is that they're exploiting it, picking those lines and lengths, and an excellent result for Pathum Nissanka. Good evening, Atar.
Good evening, Roshan. Good evening, all. Again, another flick of the wrist and has gone the distance 80 meters. Remember, that side of the boundary is only 64 meters. And that's the second time the batter has picked up a 6 in that direction. So another very good start to this over. Very first delivery from Tashkent has gone for the maximum.
It's got to be the key here. Pathum Nissanka, 21 of 11. I think it's an inside edge. It's an inside edge. For a moment, I thought Tusking was very excited. Knew there was an inside edge. That's his record. 98 wickets, best of 4 for 16. Good economy considering where he bowls. Generally at the 10th, also at the top. He's an attacking bowler, Tuskin Ahmed. And that's what Nissanka has got so far. Look at that strike rate. That's a good strike rate. That's the kind of strike rate you're looking for. Face off. Cleverly bowled. Cleverly bowled. Pathum Nissanka, he had an excellent outing against Bangladesh in the league stage game. That's some delightful shots. Has been in excellent form. Has been good with the horizontal shots. And also very good both on the front foot and on the back foot. Well, he's been in good touch, hasn't he? So that's a look at the most runs in this DP World Asia Cup. Pathum Nissanka, 146 runs. Kusal Mendes on strike.
It's a good combination, isn't it, Roshan? Because we've seen what Nissanka has done in this tournament so far. In this innings also, Kusal Mendes 21 of 14.
Yeah, I think the stability at the top is so important. Well, we spoke about Pathum Nissanka against Bangladesh, and then what about the chase against Afghanistan? They were up against it. It was a tough chase, but it was Kusal Mendes who really stole the show. And I thought the way he played spin, particularly those sweep shots, the slower deliveries, very good horizontally, both on the off and on the leg, on the spinners. That was a challenge the Afghan bowlers had. Wants a single.
I think the key feature, if you look at those two innings, they picked up the length very quickly. Whether it's on the shorter side or whether it's a little bit fuller, they've not backed her down. They've gone to the pitch of the delivery, picked up the length so quickly. And if you tend to do that, you will score run, especially in the first 6 overs, because there are fielding restrictions. So you can easily go over the top. 4 4s and 3 6s already in this innings of 44. Very good from Sri Lanka. Just the kind of start they wanted to have. And these two openers have not disappointed their teammates.
Just to add to that, I thought Kusal Mendes also swept well. These are the dimensions that the rally is talking about. But he also used the sweep very well against the spinners. Captain Nisanka. Now this should be taken. Yes. He was looking to try and clear with wicket. Captain Ahmed strikes. The opening partnership has been broken.
So once again, it's Taskin Ahmed who's picked up a wicket in his very first over. He didn't open the bowling. He came in to bowl the fifth over. It was on the shorter side. Just good connected well. There are two fielders in that direction. This one's gone to deep mid wicket. Mustaif Hasan takes it gleefully. Look at that reaction. They needed to see the breakthrough, and it's Taskin Ahmed who delivers with the ball.
যারা যারা আমাদের লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তারা সবাই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে জয়েন করুন। গ্রুপের লিংক কমেন্ট বক্সে পিন করা আছে। সবাই গ্রুপে জয়েন করে ম্যাচটি এনজয় করুন।
Is the new batter. Batting at number 3 in this T20 side for Sri Lanka. He's been occupying that place for a while now. It's going to be Mahathir coming on. Very useful off spinner. It has had a lot of success against Sri Lanka. Clever tends to push it through a little bit. And they want 2, and they'll come back for 2. This is good running. Really good running. Pressure on the fielder.
If the batters can pick up those singles and convert those singles into twos, it's a bonus. He can end up scoring a healthy total 59 wickets for Mahathir Hassan. His best of 4 for 11 has come recently against the same opposition.
Strike 24 of 16. That one just going straight through. Was a turn, but he tends to push it through a little bit. And these are his numbers. Quite early in his career. That average just under 30. Strike rate just under 125. Comes down the track. And he's cleared long on and done it easily. The Sri Lankan 50 is up.
Yeah, what a way to go and pick up a 6 and ensure that you have 50 runs on the board inside the power play. Timing it beautifully. That he was in business. Didn't bother to run. He knew. He connected well. Wow, what a shot.
Just a touch short. Now he's got 2 fielders, one at backward square leg and one at deep mid wicket, but nobody at long on. So that length was perfect for Mendes to go down the wicket and express himself. So far, in all T20s, Kusal Mendes strikes at 206 against Mahathir. Has scored 68 runs against him. Right, he's got to slip in for the left-hander.
Absolutely. And a bit on the quicker side, ramping him for room. A wonderful start for Sri Lanka.
Two dots to end the over. That's a good.
যারা যারা আমাদের লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তারা সবাই হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে জয়েন করুন। গ্রুপের লিংক কমেন্ট বক্সে পিন করা আছে। সবাই গ্রুপে জয়েন করে ম্যাচটি এনজয় করুন।
Mustafiz, what an experience, captain. Good economy, good average, best of 6 for 10. He's been fabulous. Wherever he's played T20 internationals, whether he's for Bangladesh or in the leagues, he's been very good. That's interesting because our Mendes was Mustafiz. Look at that average. Just 13 in 11 innings. Just 81 runs. So he's at the better of it in those contests. Mustafiz. And also great atmosphere. Excellent crowd in. Good mix of Sri Lankan and Bangladesh supporters. It's a bit of bounce straight away. Mustafiz.
Yeah, I was about to say that this is turning out to be a really good pitch to bat on. And have a look at this wicket. This is Taskin Ahmed earlier on. Just a hit of movement going down the leg side, and he knew he was in trouble. Went way up in the sky, and Saif Hassan doing the rest. We're getting a good position to flick that away for another maximum, looking for the maximum shorter side of the boundary. Just getting the toe end of the bat. But well bowled Taskin Ahmed.
Hard to get a single. I also felt that scored at 130 plus, and the ball I felt really didn't come on, so couldn't time it. But he was just a touch too early. And the Nisaka looking to play. Bashara generally takes his time at the start. His strike rate in the first 10 balls are around 90. But after that, if he settles in, then he kicks on. Has missed 2 deliveries, hasn't got off the market yet. Good bowling, really good bowling. Bent his back that time, rushed him a bit.
Barbara was really good. Both the batter picking up the length and the picking up bounce as well. Really good. The wickets in the front wicket before inside the power play. That was but you are getting into a good rhythm here. Just a signal in the first 3 deliveries.
Square.
Here, just a signal in the first 3 deliveries.
The fielder.
It's one reflecting for a maximum. This one went all the way. It's a length ball that also tried to be a little bit cheeky, but that was on the shorter side. So he didn't pick up the length there. That's why I had to go back to the pavilion. The good start. Whenever a new batter comes in, it does take a little bit time. Mishra has now scored a single run now, facing 4 deliveries. That's the field set for Mustafizur to Kusal Mendes. Kusal Mendes, wonderful start, 32 of 21. He needs to carry on. And if it does, a good total on the board for sure.
Right, so what about tomorrow? This is a big game coming up in the DP World Asia Cup. Match number 14. It is India versus Pakistan. in the Super Bowl. That's the second time these two teams played. And in fact, oh, now how close would that could have been if that hit?
Direct hit would have been very interesting because he was way out of his crease. The moment he played that shot, he was not interested. Look at the non-strike away. Where's he going? Oh, yes, Derek hit would have done the job. There you go. It's not even in the frame. Mustafizur, get behind the stumps.
Down.
আপনি কি নিজে নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট ডিপোজিট উইথড্র করতে চান? mcw9.live 1xbet.9 উইকেটে একটি অ্যাকাউন্টের ভেতর সবগুলো খেলতে পারবেন বাংলা টাকায়। সাইটে 5 টাকা 10 টাকা ক্রিকেট ক্যাসিনো খেলা যায়। 100 টাকা ডিপোজিট 100 টাকা উইথড্র। নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করুন, নিজের ডিপোজিট উইথড্র করুন ভিডিও দেখে। অ্যাফিলিয়েট নিয়ে 45% কমিশনের কাজ করার সুযোগ রয়েছে। সপ্তাহে 2 দিন কমিশন উত্তোলন করতে পারবেন। বিস্তারিত জানুন কমেন্ট বক্সে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ লিংকে জয়েন করে। অ্যাফিলিয়েট নিয়ে 45।
Going at 8 runs and over Sri Lanka. That last over was a good one for Mustafiz. Nissanka, the batter, dismissed 22 of 15. Kamil Mishara just trying to get into his stride, but he can afford. I'm not saying that the strike rate is but good, but Kusal Mendis is doing a job for Sri Lanka at the other end. That will calm him a little bit, allow him to play himself in. But the T20 game, you need to get off to a start.
Yeah, Kusal Mendis is in the spotlight. He's been very good, especially tonight. First of the Super Bowl games. Has got himself a good start here. His teammates will be hoping that he carries on.
It's an edge. Where is the slip? He was having a slip to the left-hander. But this time it's short third, just a bit of bounce as well for Mahadi.
They got a little bit wide. Try to play that shot of the back foot is not rotating the strike.
Just a bit uppish in the gap.
Bangladesh
Set for the kick it down, celebrate. Namaskar, Mohan. Solitary man on the back.
I'm just wondering why Shoriful Islam, the left-hand seamer, fielding in the covers. Should be at protecting the boundary rope. He's fielding inside the circle. That's what he has done. That's his career. Kushal Pereira. Two runners in the middle.
What an excellent over. Excellent over, 4 runs and a wicket. 60 for 2 at the end of 8.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। বাংলাদেশী এবং বাংলাদেশী প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যারা অনলাইনে বাজি খেলেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি বাজে 9.bet। এজেন্টের কাছে প্রতারিত হওয়ার দিন এখানেই শেষ। এখন নিজের অ্যাকাউন্ট নিজে নিয়ন্ত্রণে রাখুন এবং নিজেই ডিপোজিট করুন এবং নিজেই উইথড্র করুন। আমাদের ডিপোজিট মাত্র 1 সেকেন্ডেই এবং আমাদের উইথড্র 2 মিনিটের মধ্যে ক্লিয়ার। তাহলে আর দেরি কেন ভাই? আপনি আজই আমাদের সাথে যোগাযোগ করুন আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বারে অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া নাম্বারে এবং আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করে বাজি খেলুন নির্ভয়ে, নিশ্চিন্তে এবং নিরাপদে।
Solitary man. Also to the dream, buddy. Dream, buddy. Get underneath this game. Yeah, one of the two substantial innings that he's played in his career so far. The fouls. There's an appeal. Doesn't seem very convincing. They have the option of review. Just looking at the entire the body language, may bail out. Sometimes when you appeal in that passion, I think you just want to show that we think it's very close. We're taking time whether we should review this. Yeah, there was a great chance just looking at all of them that the review wouldn't be taken. But there's nothing to stop you from appealing. It's not in the rules.
Yeah, watch this. Such a contrast of body languages and emotions. Taskin Ahmed, Litton Das behind the stumps. That's why they all agreed not to go upstairs and disturb the TV umpire. But a good short ball, a good change up from Taskin.
He came in and bowled a crucial over, didn't he? When Sri Lanka was flying away again from the wicket. Only Sanka. Lucky that fell in the gap because that ball was in the air for a while. 9 overs gone, 65 for 2. Kamindu Mendes also bat who's been in recent form. Sri Lanka's progress into the Super 4. Also trying to play the reverse lap only to find the ball hitting the target. Foot mark to the bowler for keeping it simple. He just kept it straight no matter what.
Once again, the off spin doing the trick. Mahedi Hassan into the side and very quickly with the 2 wickets. Here he goes and completely missed it. He went early. Mahedi did well to follow him. And he's cleaned him up. Top of leg stump. He's enjoyed that. In quick fashion, Bangladesh have picked up 3. Mishara goes for 5. Sri Lanka 65 for 3. And just on that, we'll all take a little bit of a breather for drinks.
আজকের খেলাটি যারা লাইভ দেখতে চান তারা গুগলে গিয়ে টাইপ করুন কিংও বিডি স্পোর্টস। তারপর প্রথম যে ওয়েবসাইটটি আসবে সেটিতে ক্লিক করুন এবং একটু নিচে স্ক্রল করে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন। আজকের খেলাটি যারা লাইভ দেখতে চান তারা গুগলে গিয়ে টাইপ করুন কিংও বিডি স্পোর্টস। তারপর প্রথম যে ওয়েবসাইটটি আসবে সেটিতে ক্লিক করুন এবং একটু নিচে স্ক্রল করে লাইভ খেলা দেখুন।
At one stage, Sri Lanka 44 for no loss, and we saw 2 batters play some high quality cricket. The batting was sensational from those 2, but then they lost the wicket of Nisanka quickly after that. Kushal Mendes as well. Then Mishara was the last man to follow, and now 65 for 3. It doesn't look so good.
Yeah, they got off to a fly until Nisanka picked out the backward square to perfection. Didn't quite get all of it. You can tell by the emotions that's seen there. But the off spinner came in. Kushal Mendes pulled out in a similar position, going for the sweep into the longer side, and then the reverse going horribly wrong. Off spinner in Mahedi Hassan has to. Just out of the power play, Bangladesh have held the scoring and more importantly picked up wickets at regular intervals.
You got to feel for Shariful because he was the recipient of some high quality shots played against him. Not necessarily of bad balls or loose balls. Patham actually hit one shot of length delivery for 6. Got to find the fielder. No, that's going to be 4 runs. It's taken a while for this boundary. 22 balls. And good way to get off the mark for former captain Tasu Sharaka.
And he does well. He's picked up the shorter length. He's dropped it short on Mahedi. And he's got it off to the back foot and placed it perfectly. Do feel his position on that boundary, but just away. Outfield also very quick, and timing gets you runs.
Very deceptive in the way he contributes. Thus, Shanaka, you might think that he's not quite finding his flow, looking a little scratchy, but suddenly you get an innings of some substance. Striker of 150, 160 if need be, can bowl 2 or 3 overs for his side. Often we've compared Kusal Pereira's batting style with Sana Jayasuriya, but this is a very rare scenario where we've got Kushal Pereira outside and Sana Jayasuriya in the dressing room.
Once again, the matchup working. Wasn't stable on impact. You can still see his body weight falling behind. That's why not in control. Couple of wickets to the off spinner. Just out of the power play before that boundary, 19 deliveries, just the 12 runs and the 2 important wickets as well. And that's just you feel Bangladesh slightly on top.
This pitch as well is not one where you come in and start belting the ball around. Just a little slow until the dew comes. It's 72 for 3 now.
আজকের খেলাটি যারা লাইভ দেখতে চান তারা গুগলে গিয়ে টাইপ করুন কিংও বিডি স্পোর্টস।
Sri Lanka 72
তারপর
for 3
প্রথম
at the
যে
half phase
ওয়েবসাইটটি
stage of the
আসবে
first innings.
সেটিতে ক্লিক করুন। তারা গুগল
Often we've compared Kusal Pereira's batting style with Sana Jayasuriya, but this is a very rare scenario where we've got Kushal Pereira outside and Sana Jayasuriya. Often we've
Wasn't stable on him. Sri Lanka 72 for 3 at the half phase stage in the first innings. You've just joined in. First game here at the Super 6, Super 4. Beg your pardon, of the Asia Cup.
got a single and a very smart choice with the bowling end. But Nasum, the left arm spinner, did he just slow the ball down a little bit? May not be, but just wanted more pace on that one. That shot comes off really well when there is pace off the pitch. You see what a long boundary does. You've got a left arm spinner, and you've got to worry about Kusal Pereira's power as a left-hand batter, but he's got to clear the long boundary on the leg side. So that's the security that's been given to Nasum to bowl from this end. That's one way to exploit the long boundary. A little jab and a couple of runs. Good cricket from Kusal Pereira.
Very good and very smart. Aware that the 3 fielders on that leg side boundary will all coming from the fence. That they can just dip it into that leg side. Well, this is important. A contest, India versus Pakistan tomorrow, the first in the Super 4. Be interesting to see what combinations are played. We'll be back in action at the Dubai International Stadium, 6:30 p.m. local time.
It's going to be take 2. The Asia Cup. They are leading 11-3 at the moment in the last 14 encounters. To find the fielder.
Just on the 2 that Kusal Pereira dabbed into the leg side. Now, Sri Lanka's dot ball percentage with the bat is the least. Only 32% of dot balls is what they play. So in amongst the boundaries, they maneuver the field and pick up those 1s and 2s. Was also a feature against the game in Afghanistan. Only 29 dot deliveries. That match-winning chase.
Good point you raise. And again, again. You can see the urgency. They won the second. You make the observations and I make the explanations as to why that happens. And I believe because these guys are such supreme athletes. And you saw that with Patum Nisanka, Kusal Mendes as well. When they were hitting the boundaries, they're still very keen to run that extra run. And that comes from just having that kind of fitness. Nala Virat Kohli, even in these conditions, very happy to get that extra run. This is another good over from Nasoom. Been terrific this tournament.
On that point as well, Bangladesh won the toss, elected to have a goal first game here.
Money to bet. কারণ my Airtel app best offer সব সময়।
Very quick down the leg side. Good take by Lyndon Dash.
Yeah, this has been an interesting matchup because now for Kusal Pereira hitting into the shorter side. Number one, Mehdi Hassan firing in whether he gets one to just turn outside the off stump.
Also, Raj was in Sri Lanka in the Asia Cup. Just knows how to handle things here. Now, Kusal Pereira is on strike, but he'll have to hit against the spin to get a six on that short boundary on the leg side. Just watch him when he bowls to Kusal Pereira, the leg that he bowls, the speed as well. So he's a very street smart cricketer, very sharp cricketing mind. Leg side for Shanaka for the long boundary. Happy to concede singles.
There's one boundary that came after 22 deliveries, the one Hassan Shanaka got off the mark to into the leg side. Mahdi Hassan dropped it short. Once again, 12 deliveries now without a boundary. This speed, maybe something just got to give.
Again, you see that line that is bowled. The leg side boundary is the worry for him. They've got three boundary riders. It's a very short boundary for a guy who's so powerful as Pereira is. Watch the line. Not obviously wide as well. Just a wily customer. Another Mehdi Hassan they've got who's Mehdi Hassan Iraj, who plays test cricket. And this is the guy they favor. White ball cricket, and you can see why.
Now slightly different as well, slightly rounded arm, tries to fire it in and bowling well north of 90 Ks on a regular interval. Not allowing either of the two batters to get under the ball for that big shot. At the moment, just ones and twos is the storyline.
Had a game at Abu Dhabi where the pitch was excellent. I think the pitches in Abu Dhabi for every game has been good. This one is not as easy for batting. Not easy for a new batter to come in. Now wickets have come to full length deliveries. Mostly that leg. 83 for 3 Sri Lanka.
আমার কাছে কি ভাই দরকারের সময় নেট নাই আপনার চাই রবি ওয়াইফাই এখন নেট অন সারাক্ষণ